I think Duke they'll be tough to beat, but I think they'll run out of a bit of steam because it's RJ Barrett and fucking Zion. That's
RJ.
Zion Williamson.
He is a bit of a fucking beast. You see that video of the North Carolina game?
Oh, you just didn't miss.
He was just fucking ridiculous, man.
See, you got a pair of reinforced Kyrie 4s.
Aye, they've actually like sent somebody over to China. So girls has got built-in scaffolding in them.
More than once. Weight protection. Listen, Kyrie, you can have my Kyries because they will be weight tested. I'm bound to be able to generate the same amount of G-forces as him just turning the corner. Just through sheer weight distribution.
Tying your laces.
Aye. Produces the same force. By the way, you can bet on the if you bet on the Rockets game, you'll get to watch it
that live.
I bet.
You can bet on the Rockets.
Minnesota Timberwolves.
Why do you not just sign into old League Pass?
Because I've no fucking got it, you prick. You not give me the cunt password?
That's terrible.
Share it live, prick.
Yeah, I share my password live. Sorry, that's a good idea.
That'd be a good idea.
Well, that's alright. With the whole 4 people that listen to us, I'm sure.
It can do with 4 different accounts.
It's Heart Sparky 5, is it not?
1, 2, 3. Aye, exactly.
The bank is open. James Harden to score 28 plus points, Ben Simmons 6 plus assists, and Clint Capella 8 plus rebounds. No wonder it's under evens.
I was going to say, what odds you getting on that?
It's a silliness. Double, treble. Ben Simmons, nah, he's never getting that. John Collins and James Harden to post a double. Oh, that's alright. Double's fine.
We're playing the Hornets. They've not got a rebounder.
Raining threes. Harris, Harden, and Kemba Walker to score 4 plus threes each.
Harris is a bit cold at the moment.
Harris.
I'm not taking Kemba on 4 either.
Glass cleaner. Capella, Collins, and Simmons to get 12 plus rebounds each.
Don't say that.
18 to 1.
Fucking Kemba's smoked us once for 50 and once for 60 points.
I know, but this is a different. Like, they're on holiday,
and
aren't
then
they?
Giannis smoked us all night for 52, but it's alright. Big Jojo had 42, 43 or something.
By the way, that's the one playoff series that I've got my hat. Like, if the Sixers, Bucks, and the playoffs, that would be fucking.
Did you watch the game? No.
I watched the condensed highlights of it. So.
Jojo was marking Giannis. And just
Giannis is a centre though. Like,
but Giannis just tried to play around the outside, around the arc, and Jojo just stood in the key basically, and he was like, "Go then." Don't get me wrong, he scored 2 or 3 threes, but
he's shooting 35% or something like that. Isn't he?
When he started stroking them, he just switched. They put Ben out on him.
Yes, it's
weird that he's like a young Shaq, isn't he? That's what Bill Simmons says all the time.
You've been listening to Bill Simmons,
but that's what, and you start to think, that makes sense. He's like young Shaq that can shoot a 3 every now and again. He's not great, but he can shoot a 3 every now and again.
He's starting to dunk like Shaq too, eh? He dunks and gets the knees up. I'm like, yes.
He did that on Ben the other night.
Oh, he murdered Ben, by the way. Absolutely murdered him.
But see, the thing about the highlights, does it show you when Ben murdered him?
Aye,
on the other way up. The other way up, fucking jammed out of him, and then the one where Ben who did he catch? He caught who did they have? The big
Bledsoe.
Guy? No, he caught one of their big boys.
Mirotic.
He caught Mirotic, He caught Mirotic.
Right, have you put this thing on yet?
Aye, it's on live. It's streaming.
Is it?
Aye.
It's Beer Fridge NBA right now.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. We've not actually started recording the actual podcast yet. I need Dickson to push record whenever he...
Was he on record yet?
Aye, because I don't trust my...
No, we're not started live yet.
No, I don't trust my thing.
No, we're just on YouTube right now, so we're not live.
I know as soon as you push that button, all my cameras are going to go...
No.
I'm gonna have to reset the cameras.
Beer festival in St Andrews.
Yeah,
Aye. 24th April?
Riddle me that.
27th April.
Yeah, of course.
That's your weekend. That's your birthday weekend, is it not? So 27th April. There we are. That's my thingy weekend.
Bondage. Your bondage weekend.
And we're getting a wee turn of the.
I don't know why it's been positioned like this.
It's obviously your better side.
You know what's happened? Jade's been like, no. Go to your left, Miguel. Keep going. Keep going. You need to keep going.
Can I just say this is absolutely.
Can't he go
ridiculous.
anywhere else? Holy fuck!
Move the camera back. I don't see the whole thing, by the way.
There it is. You're not meant to see the ironing board.
No, I
As
can't.
you
You can't see the iron board.
I know
Remember,
that.
No, you can see it. You can see it on Skype, but you can't see it on YouTube. The wonders.
remember he's sort of-
Can't you see? He's framed me right on YouTube.
I framed them,
exactly. He's
You're
not
right.
got you in the picture.
Your dinner's out.
and all
You
you've
just
done,
need
all
to
you've
make
done
the-
is fuck up the framing.
I know you fucked up the framing now. All you need to do is put your.
This is riveting
Lasagna
YouTube
microwave.
stuff, by the way.
This is live on YouTube. By the
You
way.
just need to.
You need to put your lasagna in the thing, and then you need to get
100% roasters.
salad leaves. Your pizza's made. Is it?
Pizza, lasagna, and salad.
Aye.
Fucking hell, that's impressive.
You did that by yourself.
Aye. It's homemade vegetable lasagna. It's no fucking meat, and it's vegetarian pizza. No. It's just instead of garlic bread.
You look at your framing now. Look at that. Get a state of that.
I can't see me. All I can see is that baldy fuck.
Clear.
That'll be him.
Jesus fuck. Right, I'm going to get another beer anyway.
Carry on.
Since we're only on YouTube, I need a punk.
Pink.
I just
Please.
need some. Aye, but this is the talking back to NBA, since we're obviously talking about that legitly on the podcast now. If that series comes out, by the way, Sixers Bucks, that would be pretty tasty.
That'll be awesome. It will be
The
awesome. I don't
Raptors
see us. I don't think
I'm
we'd
wrapping
beat
the
them.
news.
We're strong enough, but I just don't think we'd beat them. Unfortunately,
Beat who?
Bucks in a 7-game
By the way,
series.
How disappointing was Trey Young in the game against Boston?
Didn't
I
even
watched the
watch it.
game against Boston on Saturday. It
It was quite early. It was like 4 in the afternoon, wasn't it?
Aye, it was good. Trey Young was fucking posted missing.
That's because he'd been out in Boston the night before.
Non-existent. Vince, by the way. Vince is phenomenal.
42
He's
42 year
awesome,
old.
man.
Sir Vincent of Carter, fucking 21 points or something like that he had.
He's
The
ridiculous.
bit I watched. Fucking unbelievable, man.
And he's like, I'm coming back next year. Aye, of course you are.
The guy's unbelievable.
Yeah, him
Ken
and
Bazemore is never a basketball player. That's scary.
Have you watched, incidentally, you watched the Dunk League on YouTube?
What?
Dunk League on YouTube?
No.
There's a thing called
Is it-
Dunk League. There's nobody like we know. Well, aye. If you know that Canadian white boy with the funny hair who does that mad dunk where he goes like by it and he fucking dunks like that.
that's Jordan Killigan or
Kilgan or something. He's on
Kilgallen.
it. Guy Dupuis.
Who?
Guy Dupuis, French, obviously.
You think?
Aye. He's on it. He's half these. I think one of the judges is James White. Flight White.
Big James.
Aye, a big Flight White. And Doug Anderson's on it. And I'm
Big
pretty
Doug Anderson,
I'm
really?
pretty sure the NBA Doug Anderson. I've seen that and I'm like, is it? Because he was like Bobcats and that, wasn't he? Was he no?
You may be right. Doug Anderson. I'm getting some feedback here.
You think?
Okay. Doug Anderson is a Scottish wildlife photographer. no,
There he is, Big Doug.
Fair play to him.
Was Dougie Anderson the guy that used to be on he used to be on TalkSport quite a bit? Dougie Anderson.
Move your head to your left, you girl. You're in the middle. I'm not doing the framing again. I can't board that. Did you find him yet, Doug? Big Doug.
Doug Anderson, 2003 best dunk ever, NBA college dunk champion.
Oh, he's the one that does the one for the free throw line. He does a windmill for the free throw.
Duncan Doug Anderson got his first NBA workout Thursday morning.
Did they get drafted? Get to the point.
Happened to be Detroit. Detroit. He went undrafted, and then he was 10-dayed, I think, by the looks of it. Detroit.
The Dunk League on YouTube. Some of the dunks are just mental.
The thing is, though, is there anything that we've not seen yet?
Watch Dunk League. There's plenty you've not seen. Plenty. The boys are crazy.
Well, that's good though. That's the way it should be. I suppose these guys didn't have gazillion-dollar contracts to look after, or make sure that.
Basically, it's they have like different rounds, and then it's like they you do your signature dunks, and then so they do that, and then like it's the guys like the professor, he judges, James White, and then some other guys judge. And whoever wins the round gets $1,000, and then the final round, I think it's $10,000.
Oh, fair play.
And then dunks, glow in the dark shit. And the last one I watched this morning, which came out this morning, all the lights and everything that are strobe lighting and like flashing like crazy, and they're doing these mental dunks. And at one point the boy catches the ball and the lights just, because the way the lights worked, it worked too. All the lights basically go dark. You didn't see the boy, and then all of a sudden you just does some mad shit, and you're like, fuck, aye.
So it's like doing the D Brown, but like everybody turning the lights out, like so you're running dunking with your eyes closed.
You don't see shit. It's crazy.
That was the last dunk contest I won to. All the lights went out. Dunk 10.
What was that?
Exactly.
I think I only managed to dunk like twice, and that was in Bathgate, and that was with a volleyball.
Aye, and you were jumping off the wall first.
Aye, jump out of the wall first. That was not. I could date for like a couple of weeks. My legs were alright, and then couldn't do it again. That was.
Did you ever dunk, McGill? And I'm not talking about your fucking biscuit and a tea.
No, fuck that. What would I want to do that for?
I think he's pure cracking up his own joke.
I know.
Right, okay.
The big digestive.
The big D.
The big rich tea.
There he is. Lionel.
Anyway, we're gonna start this.
Have you pushed record on thingy, aye?
No. None of this
push that, because I know as soon as you push it, all my videos are going to go mental.
We're only semi-live.
Semi-live. I just want something.
You've had bothered with semis in the past, so.
Must be talking to you, Gav.
Why does it always get directed to me? Anyway. Beerphbet Podcast, episode 46. Give me one Gavin Baxter, Mark, Dickson and Scott McMillan here with you this evening. On this episode of the Beerphbet Podcast, we're going to look at our beers of the week, some beers we're drinking right now, a little bit of beer news. We're going to have another instalment of the Beerphbet quiz. We're going to have a look at Premier League Fantasy League table, and we might even have some time to have a look at some coupons. Good evening, gentlemen. How you doing?
Good, you?
Fantastic.
Good.
Fantastic.
You're not shouting out Beer Me Now? We've not still got promotion?
I'm literally just getting there. Literally just catching my breath. So, yep, Beerphbet Podcast is brought to you by the Beerphbet Network. Visit beerphbetnetwork.com, and it's also brought to you by, in partnership with, Beer Me Now. beermenow.co.uk. Head over there, enter the code BFN at the checkout to receive 50% off. You can choose from a monthly, bi-monthly, or a quarterly beer subscription. You're such dicks. You leave your comments at the checkout, tell them what you want, what you don't want, and the boys will hand pick a selection of 8 beers and a snack for your enjoyment, and they'll send it straight to your doorstep. That's Beer Me Now, beermenow.co.uk, and use code BFN. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Beer Fridge Podcast, Beer Fridge Network. Hit like, share, and also if you listen to Spotify, iTunes, or whatever, subscribe, 5 stars, thumbs up, share, you name it. Please do it. Much appreciated. And niceties over.
What is that?
What is that?
Is that an orange juice?
It is not.
What is it?
What
It is-
is just?
It is not. It is a pango.
Oh, you weren't keen on the old pango.
It's actually better the second time round, to be honest with you. It's not bad.
What's the commandeered glass?
No. This is a purchase glass, might I add, from our friends at 6 Degrees North.
No, you never bought that. You got that for hee-haw.
Aye.
Purchased.
That's a gratis one. Like, the guy gave you that to just go away.
Purchased.
Spoke to him for too long. That for fuck's sake. Just take the tumbler, mate.
Just go. Just
Who's this? Who's this beer snob asking me about all these beers?
Beer snob
Yeah.
wanker.
Mm.
Girl, what are you on then? We know what the big man's on.
I did have. We slavoured too much before starting this, but I was having a Dairy Freak milk ice porter, which I think was in one of my birthday beers. It's Magic Rock Brewing and Dickson's Dixons, the correct spelling. Milk ices. Apparently a collaboration between an ice cream company and Magic Rock Brewing. Quite lovely. Quite nice, sweet. Not too coffee tasting and therefore harsh. Quite kind of vanilla, and it was nice. Easy to drink for a porter. And now I'm on Punk IPA because
you can. I am on one that I saved from last week, Stone Brewery IPA. Don't like it.
Fair enough.
Any particular reason?
It's a West Coast style IPA. I just didn't like it. It's
East
just,
guy.
No, I didn't like the taste. It tasted too much aroma, too citrusy, too hoppy. Didn't like it.
You're good.
So basically everything that you look for in
And
a
good
proper
beer.
IPA.
Aye, exactly. Didn't like it. So
What happened to you? I meant to ask you, have you been off Hop House 13? You off that bandwagon or what?
No. That was consumed.
Because you went through a phase, like, I wonder whether you'd maybe sicking yourself off it.
No. That's still top dog. Well, second dog, third dog, maybe fourth.
Second or third dog.
Behind Foster's.
Behind
Absolute not.
Tenants, Fosters, then maybe
Who?
Hoppers.
By the way,
So aye,
speaking
that's
about
top
stouts and porters, by the way, I had a couple of lovely ones for that Beer Me Now box that you can get from beermenow.co.uk with the promo code BFN. But
Beer me now!
Beer Me Now, honestly, my palate might have changed here a little bit. Been able to stomach a bit of a porter and a stout, so
Like a bit of the dark stuff, eh?
yeah, it was.
Welcome to the dark side.
No,
Welcome to
you
the
know
dark
what
side.
they say once you go black.
Oh,
Beer news, wee bits that came out mostly this today. Greengate Brewery in Middleton near Rochdale has been spotted this afternoon spewing beer from the roof of the brewery, and it's been raining beer. Basically, one of the containers they overfilled with one of the containers, and it's just started spewing out beer everywhere, and it's pushing at the roof. And there's pictures of people, obviously because they know it's beer, just trying to collect it.
out with the big Tupperware boxes.
Just trying to collect it. So there's been like a river of beer streaming through Middleton, like I said, near Rochdale. So if you want some free beer and you live in the area, head down there, take a bucket. Also, Witherspoons are bringing back their Real Ale and Cider festival on the 27th of March and the 18th, between the 27th of March, and the 7th of April. Where they'll introduce 30 craft beers, 3 ciders across their 900 pubs, and in some of the pubs the prices will be as little as £1.99. You can
No
get
way.
them
Tuborg.
Aye, you can get
Tuborg.
them in pints. Incidentally, not. I don't think Tuborg's on the list. In fact, Tuborg's are in the fridge. Who am I kidding? They have pints available, and if you're a proper beer snob wanker, you can have
Really old.
third pints.
You can have a selection of really old.
Don't have to have a full pint. You can have a third of a pint for
A
customers.
third of a pint, a wee flight.
Yeah.
Get a wee flight in with the boys.
We flight in with the boys, aye.
Can I have an 80 shilling,
A double cream and
a porter, and just a pale ale, please. Served at room temperature.
Room temperature, of course.
that will be £3.50, sir.
Is there stovies and live accordion music later? The camera members get 10% off. No, fuck off. Beers will be served only at absolutely fucking freezing cold. Will have plenty of hops in them and will have been made in the last 5 years. They will not include a pump. They will be chilled and served chilled. They will not include somebody pulling away at a fucking wooden thing for an hour and a half trying to get a pint to get served. With your fucking hose halfway down your pint tumbler. Ridiculous.
I think every Weatherspoon should employ somebody like McGill to just, when somebody asks for something like that, just to go and go, no!
Just leave your jacket on. Fuck off.
That's bad chat. You're gonna. I was gonna say you're gonna be one of the grumpy old men, but at some point. But I think you're already there.
That's fine. But it's like you're fucking. Can I have a half pint? Lord Farquaad's Old Wellington bat. Real ale. No.
Is that not just like the rusty like tap water that gets like scraped up at the bottom of the bar?
Rusty 10 bob. I got a pint of Rusty 10 bob. No, you can't. Get the fuck. We've replaced it with an absolutely freezing cold 7% double IPA, New England style, as far away from you as you can get. Sit in the house and drink pints of fucking Old Tadger, whatever it
is. Old Tadger IPA.
There's probably is one called that as well.
Or OPA.
I'm here for the Real Ale Festival. No, it's fucking craft beer. Get the fuck.
Wow.
I feel like we've touched a nerve there.
I think so.
Shove your bonnet up your arse.
By the way, I'm sure like I've
got a bonnet.
I've got to say.
Correct. Only when I'm rambling over my estate.
You're rambling over your estate.
Aye.
Cursing the rusty tap water not being at chill temperature.
Once you're basically, it's all right to wear a bonnet once you're on the Forthwood Bridge. That's you up north, and you can go about with Wellington's on. Wellington's has gone out of tyre, and must have a barber. And I forgo that because I can't get one to fit, so I just go with North Face. It's just a 2-man tent I've got with a zip in it, and I wear my bonnet. Can't beat that.
That's rude. Oh.
Oh, good lord.
You walk into the pub and that, and they're like, and how were the hills today? Not a fucking clue. You look alright. Yeah. Get us another pint.
I have a lovely picture
I've made
of the hills.
10,000 steps walking between the 3 pubs in Kenmore twice. And I went the long way. Shut up.
Oh dear.
What's the craft beer festival up at St Andrews, Dickson? Go for it. Oh, we'll have it covered here for a sec.
So Campbell Estate is where so we're getting married up there in October, and the
Beer Festival.
Campbellicious, it's called the Campbellicious Beer Festival, craft beer festival. It's on the 27th of April.
27th of April.
Yeah.
Who's gone? Beers wise, I mean.
Alright. I don't know,
What is
but
it called?
they've got axe throwing
Cambalicious.
and
I'm not going to a beer
Scott-
festival. I'm not going to a beer festival for axe throwing.
oh
I'm going to a beer festival for the beer.
no, but like you're going to drink beer and then throw axes. That's quite badass.
Doesn't it seem like a really safe combination?
Well, look, let's be honest. We've all been out drinking in Bathgate on a Friday night, so I suppose it's the same deal.
Fair play.
In terms of who's going, I don't actually know. There is not. There is a home brewing competition. So Gav, if you get your
I need to get my finger out with that.
get your bucket out, make it stuck in. Beer.
Imagine I rocked up with a Wilco fucking homebrew kit and it actually, fuck, like, that is absolutely splendid.
That's it. Bottle. You just need a couple of bottles, man. Just get it bottled up. You're allowed to bring 2 different beers. If you are, you have to be an amateur home brewer.
Well, you can get your face painted.
You get your face paint.
Amateur brewers only, max 2 beers per entry. Bottles only, entrant must be present at the festival. So you can't just send your beers in and say I made them and then no bother going. Looks quite smart.
Mm. Exactly.
12.50.
Well, let's. I'm going to speak.
Hopefully the face painting's free if it's $12.50.
That is free face painting.
That's fine then.
Delicious food's no free, which is a bit. Look at this, look. Here you are. Ready for this?
I don't know.
Scottish cider, gins, and guess what? Cask conditioned ales. No craft beers, no craft beers.
There'll be craft beers.
No, there's no, it's conditioned ales.
It's a craft beer. It's the Scottish craft beer.
Aye,
and
but it's all it's all room temp.
Nah,
It is, it's like getting
It's not.
80 shillings for fucking.
it's no.
It is.
It's no.
It's camera boys with their bonnets on. Or the
Well,
badges.
You'll fit in perfectly, son.
27th of April, eh?
27th in St Andrews, or just outside St Andrews.
Could be off agenda.
I was going to say he didn't sound overly sold, but
No,
I think,
I could be sold.
I think I'll definitely.
To be
I'll
honest,
be
I
there.
was sold
There
the face
was-
painting.
There was one that I was looking at that I was going to mention to you, and then I thought no, because I couldn't see who the breweries were going to be at it. It's like, was it Old Baths? Festival. There it is. It's Old Dr. Bell's Baths Beer Festival. Now it's a new. Old Dr. Bell's Baths is a new venue in Edinburgh. It was an old Victorian bathhouse, basically, that they've done up and turned into like an events venue. It's quite smart looking, but they've turned it, as I said, they've taken away the swimming pool and turned it into this events venue, and they're having a beer festival, but the beer festival doesn't seem to indicate who it is that's gone. It's on Great Junction Street, and it's when will that be? That'll be this weekend.
Oh,
Friday
Friday,
the
best
20
notice.
Friday the 22nd and Saturday the 23rd. 6 to 11 on Friday at 12 till 5 and 6 to 11 on the Saturday. But the reason I didn't mention it is because I didn't know who was going. The breweries that are going that are on the poster are quite, I would say, I'll no miss them.
Go on then, give us your honest opinion on the breweries.
Fallen,
Alright,
you can get in Lidl, right? Aldi's,
Great,
Barney's.
grapefruit and
I wouldn't
Barney's.
thank you for. Belfield, no. Broughton again you can get in Tesco, and that Edinburgh Beer Factory, which I wouldn't thank you for. They do that, is it Palazzi or
Palazzi.
Aye.
Yeah.
I'm not over a fan. What's the name of that place?
The Old Dr. Bell's Baths. It's on Great Junction Street. I was hoping for a free wash. Got rid of the baths.
Alright, fair enough.
I'll tell you one time.
It's quite smart looking at the before and after photos, yet, like what it looked like before. Loads of counsellors in it in the swimming pool. It's quite smart what they've done with it.
Aye.
Stick a paint in that.
I'll take your word on that.
Fair play, fair play. Alright then. Alright. Another wee instalment of the Beerphbet quiz.
Right, go.
Let's shoot that.
Welcome.
First of all, before we start that wee bit, we need to have buzzers again. So Miguel, for yourself, you can either have your famous oil on the road, Wickham, Thundercats, Wooden Pallets, or Thermogrip Souls 1999.
I'll go with oil on the road because it's easy. You can get it out. It's kind of one syllable.
Aye.
It's not, but you can oil on the road. You need to get it out nice and fast.
Dickson, that leaves you with Wickham, Thundercats, Wooden Pallets, or Thermogrip Souls 1999.
I'll take Thundercats. Thundercats.
Fair enough. I'll save Thermogrip Souls for another day. Right then, you know how it works, gentlemen. We're up to F. So we're going to start with F. No, that would make sense, but no. So we're going to start with F. So what F is the name of the beer making process where yeast is added, usually in the form of slurry? And oil on the road.
Fermentation.
Fermentation is correct.
There you go.
I was waiting on the thing finishing there.
Fuck that.
Do you want
Ruthless. Dog eat dog.
And a liquid that sits at the controlled temperature for 4 or 5 days. Anyway.
Thundercats.
Fermentation was correct. 1 point to Scotty boy.
You marking this down?
Yes, I've just realised that I've not got a bit of paper. Oh, there we go. The bit of paper you reading off, Gav. Which G is the name of beer commonly drank on St Andrew's Day?
St Andrew's Day?
St Patrick's Day, sorry.
Thundercats. You know what the funny thing is? I was like, this is Guinness all over the place, and then you went St Andrews, and I was thinking,
I even read it. I've even written down Patrick's Day. What a talk. Thundercats. Oh, you said Guinness. Oh, mate.
Gee whiz, it's time for a new quizmaster.
You had it time, exactly. Jesus Christ.
Quizmaster that has no idea what's going on.
No, pretty much.
It's all the chemicals.
Chemicals.
And that Foster's.
I've got another 3 for you. Which H is part cone, part flour, and is found in the world's warmest regions and is the main ingredient in brewing?
Oil on the road!
Oil on the road!
Hops.
Hops. Hops.
Hops.
Correct answer.
Hops.
2-1 Miguel. Which I is the name of the brewing company started in 2003 and exports to 35 countries and is based in Edinburgh?
Thundercats.
Thundercats.
Did you say brute? Oh, I don't know what you said. I'm going to go with Innocent Gun.
Innocent Gun is the correct answer. Oh.
I'm going to go with, can you mind this question? What are you asking me?
I needed that one for at least to make it interesting.
Oh, it's 2-2. Okay, last one, gentlemen. Which J is the Belgium beer introduced in 1966 and is Belgium's biggest selling beer?
Thundercats.
Thundercats.
I'll give you it.
Juniper.
What?
Juniper.
It is the Juniper. It's the Juniper League, is it no?
It is.
The Juniper League.
Aye, that's what sponsors the belt.
You have redeemed yourself, Tobbs, from the last one, because the last one you were hopless.
That's ridiculous.
3-2, Marcus Hobbs. Congratulations on the Beerphbet quiz.
Winner.
Chicken tikka masala dinner. Talking about
tikka my hash browns.
Do you want to go down that road?
It's no. It's enough for today.
That's for
see,
another day.
It is just showing you just in case you wanted to ken what I've got.
inside jokes. Inside jokes.
Will be explained on a later date. Let's see a wee swatch at our Premier League Fantasy League.
No, don't fucking bother.
Let's have a wee look around. As we all know, that I was being oh, stop doing that. At the start of the season I was been having an absolute see if folk listen to this, they're like, what's going on? If you're not watching this on YouTube, what's happening is Scott,
we're having a product off.
It's a gadget review.
it's like the generation game.
Keyboard. Mouse. Snap.
Hey, what was that?
Mouse.
Take your mouse.
It's a flat mouse.
Oh.
Aye. Stick it in your pocket. Clip it to work. If anybody wants to buy it, just contact Posherite, ask for Mark Dickson. Anyway.
Premier League Fantasy League, start of the year season, I've been having an absolute stinker.
Aye,
big time. So at the moment, the league has changed drastically. Andrew Fisher sitting top with 1.739. It's Who Strikes His Cousin Jamie on 1.699. Big Marcus Hobbs has jumped up to third with 1.674. Whack on 1.672. He's only 2 points behind you. And then me, hello, has risen from the dead to 5th place with Kennedy behind and McGill second
Vinegar
from bottom.
Strokes AFC.
Second from bottom.
That's what happens when you didn't touch it since 2018.
You had a good what?
Once I've touched
like 6, maybe 7 weeks at the top, if not longer.
I did tell you. I forget about it and then I drop off.
The thing that's helped me that week there was there was only like 6 or 7 games, and it appears quite a lot of people forgot.
Aye, that's what happens. It was 1 o'clock before I even thought about it, and then thought, oh fuck. So I decided to put all my brain power into winning money, which I did. So.
Oh, we'll get to that. We'll get to that in a sec.
The last 2 months, Gav, Right Said Fred have been the #1 scoring team for the month.
Well, I found my team. Finally. It's taken me a while to find them.
But you didn't have Fred in your team.
No.
So surely that's got to be some sort of forfeit.
Aye.
Neither does Mo Chicken Masala. To be fair, they're sitting bottom, but
Well, that's still bad chat.
I'll whack him in. I might actually whack him in because he's playing fine now.
Big Fred.
Fred's playing alright. But I found my team now. I had to use my wild card that weekend there to kind of dodge the bullets of taking any points hit. We'll see how it goes. Obviously, the next game week that comes up is a double game week for some teams. So keep your eyes for that. The top performers fantasy wise so far are still the main guys. Mo Salah sitting top with 205 points. Raheem Sterling 198, Mane 186, Hazard 184, Robertson on 171, and Van Dijk on 165.
Considering, I don't know what you were going to say, but considering Salah is sitting at the top there, he's been utter reeking the last couple of weeks.
Good, like a good
so
3 weeks.
40. It's more than that. I think 42% of people have got him in their team, and I'm one of them. And honestly, I was close to doing transfers yesterday, I think it was, until I realised that there's no games this weekend.
International week.
I'll hold on here.
He's been humming the last few weeks, and there's plenty of guys in that Liverpool team that have been doing the job. Like I've had Mane in my team, and he's been. I think the thing is, if you've got Salah in your team, he's always a threat to have 2 or 3. And if you've got him in your team and he's your captain, you're laughing. But the way he's been playing the last few weeks, He's just what is he, like 13, 14 mil or something?
Aye.
13 points something, I think it was.
Aye, like it's just.
There you go. The last few weeks, 2 points, 5 points, 3 points, 3 points, 3 points.
That's staying used to you if he's your big money guy in the middle.
It's tough.
No, it's shite.
Whereas I've had a half decent mix. I've had like Mane, I had Hazard. I've had that week there. I've had Madison at the middle. I had Sigurdsson as well. All my money's went in the midfield, to be honest, because
that's where it is, though.
That is
That's where the points are, definitely.
Either go with Aguero, Aubameyang, Kane. If you know what I mean, that's realistically your 3 options up front. If you're going to go big, and then you look. But there's so much quality that are like consistently scoring, like up front, that are cheap. Your Jimenez, your Rondon has been decent the last few weeks, which is a bit of a stinker. Wilson, is it Callum Wilson, the Bournemouth chap?
Callum Wilson, he's been doing alright. Jimenez, like you've already mentioned Jimenez, but Jimenez has played well. I watched the Wolves Man United FA Cup. Was it FA Cup?
Yeah.
FA Cup game. Wolves played really well.
That's interesting, but now you're right. Like when you look at them, like Salah, Sterling, Mane, Hazard, Pogba, Sigurdsson, they're all like that's what you're. I've missed a few guys out there with Robertson, Van Dijk, and stuff, but they're all in the top like 10 of fantasy. They're all sitting midfield. So, quite right. Like the good thing about our league right now, and like I know Miguel's had a total plummet from first to just about worst.
Near enough.
But
hopeless.
There's only like Helmets FC, Mr. Fisher's at the top of the league somehow still, and he's only like 40 points in front.
Aye, literally 40 points in front. I'm just I'm just under 100 points. So I just need 1 week for him to forget about it, and that's all you need. 1 week for somebody just to completely forget about it, and you're back in the game. The other league that I'm in, which is just a generic one I've been fired into, I think there's 15 folk in it. At one point I was 14th or 13th, and I'm now 3rd. Don't get me wrong, everyone's obviously clearly as shit at it as I am. It's not very competitive with regards to that, considering I didn't even make the cup on the fantasy league. To be honest, like you said, there's 40 points between the top 2, and then you're no far off, and then Wack's no far off, and if I get in the top 4, I'll be happy.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'll be quite happy with a Champions League finish.
Aye, that's what I'm
I'm gunning for the top still.
I couldn't sit here and go from winning it last year and then being last.
That's how it always works, man. I won it 1 year and then was second bottom the year before, last year. So
can't be done. It can't be done. It's not right.
Anywho's,
looking at the kind of relegation battle in the actual league, obviously Huddersfield are pretty much a dead cert to be going down. After that, because they're on 14 points. After that, you got Fulham on 17, Cardiff on 28, Burnley 30, Southampton 30, and then Brighton on 33. Is it pretty much done for Fulham? Is it just a case of who's that 3rd team now?
Yeah, it's a bit of a shock considering the money they spent. We started the season off giving them big licks for
big time.
Getting stuck in, and they went out and spent money, and they brought in Ranieri, and we thought, look, he's going to settle the ship a wee bit at the back, give them a chance. But no, absolute howling. They conceded the most goals in the Premier League. What's that? 70 goals they've conceded in 31 games.
Considering you've got a guy like Mitrovic up front who bangs in goals for fun, it's like you surely just need to shore up your defence and just let him.
But like you can only. Big Ryan Babel's been playing all right the last few weeks.
Usually drink, usually dance, usually babble.
That's exactly it.
The big red garnet.
That's him.
Fucking Egypt.
But those teams I mentioned, the Cardiff, Burnley, Southampton, Brighton, who's going to be the third team?
Burnley.
Ooh, nah, they'll win. They'll scrape enough draws. Put it that way. I would, if I was a betting man, I would probably still stay with Cardiff. To be fair, I don't think they're going to have enough.
I lean towards either Cardiff or Southampton.
Do you think Southampton? I thought they were alright now.
Still Southampton.
I know. I think I actually think it might come down to like fixtures in terms of near the end of the year and who's got like the best run of fixtures. Like, you know, this week, Fulham, they're playing City, so that could be an absolute drubbing. Cardiff are playing Chelsea, so to be fair, Cardiff could probably win that.
Chelsea aren't even great themselves.
No,
that's what I'm
Cardiff
saying.
could get some.
But Burnley are playing Wolves, Southampton, and Brighton are actually playing each other. So that's like a 6-pointer. This, you know.
Nah, you expect Brighton to win that, surely.
Well, they struggled against Millwall in the FA Cup.
But does
I
the
think
FA Cup really mean anything for a team?
They were losing 2-0, and then they had to bring on their big boys, so to speak. And then they only scored. They scored in injury time. It was like the 96th, 94th minute, and
they're obviously not that bothered about it. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't be if I were them.
No.
Like, staying in the Prems makes more sense.
Yeah,
no,
definitely.
Big time.
Plus, Brighton have got an extra game in hand at the moment too.
Most folk have. Like, if you look at the other side of the table with Tap, obviously Liverpool are sitting top at the moment at 76, but City have got a game in hand.
Yeah. Yeah. It's quite an interesting fight for that top four. Like, you know, Tottenham, Arsenal, Man U, and Chelsea pretty much are all within 4 points, scrapping for third and fourth.
I said at the start of the year, I had Liverpool. I said kind of halfway through, I had Liverpool. Have you guys changed your mind on who you think is going to win the Premier League?
Well, I said City, so I should probably stick to my guns.
Gil?
Nah, I said my heart says Liverpool should mount a challenge and do something, but I don't think they will. Like, Man City have got enough.
Like,
disappointingly.
I want to stick with Liverpool, but there's this wee bit in my head that says that they're just going to fall apart again like they usually do, and City's going to come back. And like City have got that game in hand, so if they win the game they've got in hand, it puts them a point ahead of them. And that could be the difference. I
think both teams are going to drop points. Put it that way.
Oh, aye.
And with the run up, it's whether, and it's the same question we've had before. It's like Liverpool in their bottle, pretty much. Are they going to be able to? Like, there were 7 points clear.
Aye.
5 weeks ago. 2 draws, and then the defeat. Obviously, it's tricky. And they play Tottenham this week, or in 2 weeks' time. Excuse me, which is obviously a big game. Coming off international week. Who knows who picks up wee knocks and all that kind of stuff too. So, you know, that could easily be a draw. You know, Tottenham are no easy team to kind of roll over, and they've got their own position that they're fighting for. So, you know, that could go either way. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm going to stick with City. The one for me is just, like, I know we kind of touched on at the start at the start of the season, but what a difference United are under
big time.
Solskjaer.
Aye.
You know, we spoke about Mourinho and sort of kind of his negative football and his shenanigans and all that kind of stuff, and since he's left, like, there's been nothing like that. You know, Solskjaer's allowed like Pogba and Martial and all them to go and just get stuck in and play, and I think for them to be, I don't know where they were, I'm just going to have a quick
like you said, Pogba, like, obviously we've all seen it, we've mentioned it before at the World Cup. He was sensational, and then he came back to club football, wasn't particularly effective, and then Solskjaer comes in and gives Pogba that freedom, and I've jumped on the wagon straight away, put him on my fantasy team. Yes. And he's been killing it. Another guy that's killing it is starting to get on form is Lukaku, who's starting to pop some goals in. It's scary to what could be next season if they add some more guys. They look like they could definitely.
I'm going to throw a spanner in the works though with regards to next season. That I think Solskjaer's proved that he's a good man manager. What he's never had to do is build an elite team and bring players of that standard, that quality. Is he going to be able to attract the Griezmanns? I'm not saying Griezmann might be available, but you know that level of player, and then incorporate that into this team ethos. He's had this group of guys who are there, and he's not really had a chance to obviously add or do anything to it. That, you know, and then taking it that way. So I think I'm just playing a wee bit devil's advocate because it's United, I suppose. But at the same time, I think they'll probably do better this season than they will if he's given the purse strings just to go and buy next season.
I suppose it depends on what the expectation is. Is the expectation that he's going to have any involvement in that, or is he just going to is he just taking what he gets? Because you could arguably say that Mourinho didn't do anything in terms of enticing any extra talent to the team either. If he sees they're enjoying themselves, that if people see that they're enjoying the way they're playing, the players themselves can, using what's on the field already to garner extra talent. And if people are enjoying the style of football and they're able to sell that to them, it might kind of sell itself.
Okay. Yeah,
I think he needs to shift a good bit. That's the annoying. The problem is that he's got loads of deadwood there that he could ideally shift. Sanchez.
No,
you need to try and shift that. That's a ridiculous contract.
If you looked at it from a player looking in for the outside point of view, like Miguel's saying, if you see how much since Solskjaer's came in, they've improved, they're enjoying their football, they're playing with freedom, they're playing that United way that they keep banging on about. I think it'd be more of a case of you need to come and fit with them instead of the other way about. And I know if it was me, it'd be an attractive place to certainly consider.
But if it's going the right direction, but is it him or is it going to be the same push that they had before, where it's Woodward or whatever that's making the signings, and then in which case it doesn't matter.
Agreed. But is it the club that's luring? Is it like Man U as a name and a brand obviously have like an allure, like it's going to pull players in? Has Solskjaer got that pull that a Klopp has, that a Guardiola has, that a Zidane might have? You know what I mean? That you know, Zidane's went into Real Madrid, and the first thing it's like, right, you know, De Gea, he's on my list, Sterling's on my list, so you know he's starting to, like, you know, and obviously Real Madrid, they've got that same title, they've got that same like stature as United have, but are people then going to be like, oh well, actually, you know what, they look like they're playing really good football at United, I'm going to go and play with Solskjaer?
I don't see why not. I don't see why you wouldn't have that pull, because Solskjaer was a bloody good player.
But
Solskjaer was, and he knows, like, I don't know.
Zidane's won something with Real Madrid as a manager.
No, it's true.
Just playing devil's advocate.
No, I get where you're coming from. Obviously, he's not really done anything yet, managerial wise, in terms of winning anything. It really depends on the individual and what they want. Whether it's a case of they want to be a part of something that they build and they grow together, or whether they want to walk in and have basically have a trophy basically lined up for them straight away, and they didn't have to do jack shit, and they get paid a ton of money.
It's really funny though, because you look at it now, and the Man U are far more appealing than Chelsea.
Oh, big time. Big time.
You know what I mean? And you just think, like, if you said that like 10 weeks ago, you would have been like, oh well, they've kept Hazard, They're on a good run of form. They were sitting, second, third in the league. They had an undefeated start. And you're thinking, all right, they got rid of Courtois and they've made these changes, but Sarri's came in and he's made these. He's got them playing together.
But what it kind of resembles with what we're talking about, like American sports resemble this. Like players don't necessarily care about who's the manager. If the players are there and they know they can walk in to a situation and win something right away, the obvious comparison for us anyway, because we watch NBA, is Kevin Durant, who went from Oklahoma City Thunder to the Golden State Warriors, who'd already won a championship before. They already had an amazing team. He walked in basically a guaranteed ring, guaranteed championship. It's that. It kind of resembles. It's that kind of attitude a player.
I'm going to throw something at you though, that in terms of that, though, I think even when it comes to NBA, that players, they want to walk into a winning situation, but they want to play for a coach that, one, understands the game, and two, is going to give them the best opportunity to win. Like Steve Kerr for the Warriors is a great coach, right? But if he had Scott Brooks and he had, I don't even know if he had Billy Donovan and OKC, but
the comparison is there though with Solskjaer. So Steve Kerr was, if you don't know who Steve Kerr is, he played with the Chicago Bulls along with Magic Johnson, Scottie Pippen, etc.
Michael
Jordan.
Who?
Magic Johnson.
Oh,
of Lakers fame.
Scottie Pippen and Michael
also had AIDS in the first person he cured with money.
I'm tired, right? The comparisons are there with the Chicago Bulls had their big stars and then had Steve Kerr. Man United have their big stars and have Solskjaer. They're fairly similar in regards to that.
Okay, fair enough. However,
I talk a little bit of sense, even though
I know, but
you get all the names wrong.
Get the names wrong, aye.
But Steve Kerr still proved that he was a good coach beforehand and won something with the Warriors before Durant decided to come.
However, he was handed in a plate.
He was, I'm not taking anything away, and we could definitely jump into a total NBA slam the Warriors chat, but
I hate the Warriors.
Everybody hates the Warriors, but move it. I suppose we're talking about the Premier League, so
I think Man U are set. Obviously, Man U could turn around and have another guy lined up to take over the job.
I have no idea. Well, that's true, and who knows? And they could finish fourth, and Solskjaer gets the Chelsea job.
That would be a laugh.
There you go. There's a beer fridge podcast exclusive right there. No inside knowledge.
You don't know anyone on the inside at all.
What is it? Sources.
You get anybody outside.
Sources. What is it? Sources say. Zero sources say.
Sources close to the club have confirmed.
Yeah, Solskjaer's up for the Chelsea job at the end of the season.
As in, we've spoke to somebody who was once in and or around Stamford Bridge.
Yeah. We've been speaking to the guy that sells hot dogs at least 4 streets back for Stamford Bridge.
There's a boy done a joinery job for somebody just along the road to the stadium.
Eyeing up any coupons this weekend, gentlemen? Or had any coupon news from last weekend you want to share?
We got a wee win, didn't we?
Sky Sports Boost.
Hey, Boost.
Never fails. I would like to see the returns on the Boost, because I think it's up. Like, if all you did was every Saturday put the Boost on, I think you'd be up.
You probably.
Or the course of the season, if you kept putting in all your winnings back on again, I think you'd definitely be up per the season. At least a tenner on each week, you would be up.
For people that are unaware of what you're talking about, explain that, Miguel.
So, every Saturday, at least once, maybe twice, and on various sports, it's not just football, but every Saturday is the main one on the football. They put on, Sky Sports will give you an enhanced odds treble or quad, normally a treble, whereby they'll say it's 8-1 if you pick all these 3 teams to win, and they'll do different odds on the Boost for different combinations of who's going to win. but they'll advertise the main one as the middle thing whenever you go into Sky Sports, and you can only put a certain amount of money on it, so it might be 20 quid. Normally it's between 15 and 20, I think, is the max bet you put on it, and you can still cash it in play, but whatever you put on it basically gets a boosted set of odds. So the original odds might be 5-1, but they've boosted it to 8-1. And you're putting that on that. It's a ready-made accumulator. You just stick your tenner on and wait for it to come in. I tend to put it on as a backup to what the drivel that I've tried to pick, because it's been quite steady in terms of when it's come in. As I said, I'd quite like to see it. Would be an interesting stat to see the number of like Saturday afternoon 3 o'clock kickoff boosts that have came in.
We've had a few up this year for sure. Just on that, there's a soccer special boost for Thursday this week for the internationals. So Belgium at home to Russia, Northern Ireland at home to Estonia, and Poland away to Austria, which is a wee bit of a tricky one. Normally 5-1 for those three. It's been boosted to 7-1.
Pretty good.
Okay.
But
again, they're pretty good. It's kind of ready made. It normally gives you a boost to about.
Do you find that of all these, like you've got Bet 365, Paddy Power, etc., do you find Sky Bet to be the best one?
Sky Bet's got a few good features that makes it, I think, stand out. One, the app's pretty stable. You don't really have many problems with it putting bets on. I think sometimes Paddy Power beats them mainly on horse racing when it comes to they'll pay extra places and stuff.
Yeah.
Sky Sports has got a lot more sport because they're a bigger channel, if you like. They offer more opportunities when it comes to if you bet on this, you can watch it.
Aye.
And also they have the group bet thing, which we've done a couple of times, whereby you can go on and pick shopping lists.
Absolute reekers for bets.
Stinking bets.
You know what the worst it is in the group bets, mate? We've put 2 on, I think, and we've actually been relatively. Well, I say you've been pretty much perfect. I think Scott McMillan 67% win percentage.
Yeah, that's alright, by the way.
Mr. M. Dickson, a strong 20%. Can I just say that
you get those stats off Sky Bet?
The average odds Shell McGill puts on 0.9-1, whereas I'm over evens on my bets. So I take the actual. I'm on the outsiders where McGill takes the odds.
But who makes the money?
I would rather take loads of sure things than
67%. No, for sure.
3 long odds.
But it's quite a good laugh because you can have the wee chat thing on it, so you can have multiple people on it, and you can throw and when you type into it or when you add to him, like it sends a notification to like McGill's phone or whatever saying like Mark's added a shopping list of teams for this week. What do you
want to take this bet, or do you want to add teams to it, or what do you want to do? Normally it's ignore.
Okay,
exactly. So McGill's on what, 60?
67%.
67, and you're on what?
20.
Right. By the end of the season, what can we get McGill up to?
Well,
what can you get to 70%, McGill?
I don't know.
So you know what? I'll give you a challenge for you is to get to 70. Dickson will give you at least to get to 25.
I'm going for 50%. I'm going for a big jump.
50?
I'm going for a big jump.
Be like picking Man United every week.
I'm going.
Okay.
I'm going for.
By the end of the season, I'm writing it down right now. McGill, you need to make 70%. Mark, you need to make 50.
Right.
Which
Here we go.
I don't think Germany, we've got enough games.
Oh, easy. Germany to beat Serbia tomorrow. Tick 2-5 on. That's fine. China to beat Thailand.
Wales.
Scotland to beat Kazakhstan.
Oh, did he? Oh, here.
No way.
Scotland. Did you watch the rugby at the weekend? Please say one he's watched the rugby.
Nah, I know the result now, but I wasn't even. What we're talking about at my work, and I was like, "What are you even saying?"
Oh, Mate, no. Honestly, so I went to the pub to watch it, and then it wasn't the owner of the pub, and I was like, I was literally about to ask the barmaid to put it on, check my phone at the score is, and we're doing 26 0. I was like, fuck, didn't bother. So I went to
31 0, didn't it?
Yeah, I went to another pub, went to 31 0. We managed to, and in the second half we just went absolute after nut.
Bonkers.
We went.
And still didn't win.
We should have won, but that's because we're Scotland. But anyway, carry on with your Cootums.
Did they bottle it?
No, it was they had the ball, and it was just some little tactical things that we should have done, which we didn't do, and conversions missed, etc.
There's no score enough touchdowns, no.
You just didn't watch enough rugby.
Field goals were missed.
Rugby, I should like it, but it is an absolute dull fest in my opinion. Like,
you can't tell what's going on. You've got to have a fucking cryptic. You've got to be communicating with the referee.
I've been to 2 games and I have seen a combination of 1 try, and that was pretty much
right now on this podcast, we have to go to a Six Nations game next year.
No,
I would go, because it's just drinking all day. That's fine.
If we can
look like you see them on the telly, they're absolute wallopers.
So let me think. So this year the Calcutta Cup was at Twickenham, which I believe means it needs to be at Murrayfield next year. If we can get England Scotland at Murrayfield, I'm buying tickets for it.
But that's what you're like. What trophies are you playing for? Are you playing for 1 trophy? Are you playing for 12 trophies? Are you playing for 8 trophies? What are you doing?
As long as we don't get the wooden spoon, that's pretty much a win.
And what does that mean? Just
the Calcutta Cup.
You finished last.
The Calcutta Cup is the one between England and Scotland, and then but it's at the same time a part of the 60. It gets a bit confusing.
Absolutely horrific. Stop playing.
Stop playing.
The only thing good about Murrayfield's ice hockey.
What?
Oh, come on.
You know what? I know one person right now who's just screamed at his radio going, "You're talking pish."
Like Johnny Boy?
JB Slippers.
Well, it's better than... You're not going to watch rugby there.
He's played there.
Aye, but it's better than watching that. It's good for music venues, I'll give you. It's a good music venue, Murrayfield.
Big JB spent a few hours in the sin bin at Murrayfield, you know?
No, somebody else spent it for him in the penalty box. Incidentally, you know, this is a complete change of subject. Glasgow Clan have made the playoffs.
Have they?
Yes. They've made the playoffs, and the tickets, I need to know when the tickets are getting released, because I want to come up for the first playoff game.
Do you?
Aye.
Do you want to go to the Sheffield Ice Arena or whatever it's called?
Aye.
The Ice Centre for the finals weekend.
Aye, finals weekend.
Like, let's be honest, it's not going to have a snippet on the old Golden Knights.
No, the Golden Knights game was good.
It's not going to have a snippet on the night we went to the Glasgow Clan and Miguel spews his beer or something in front of us.
Listen, he had a waterproof jacket on, I was just testing it for him. And also, whatever it was that anybody said was absolutely hilarious. Had to be done.
Like Beerphbet.
We beat it.
But the best thing about it was, the boy didn't even notice.
No, I just can.
He just got a touch his hair a wee bit and then carried on. It was hilarious. Anything else to add with regards to Cootums?
Right, here we go. Tomorrow, Scotland away to Kazakhstan.
Were you advertising the rugby there? Tomorrow
live on Sky Bet. Scotland away to Kazakhstan. Belgium at home to Russia. Northern Ireland at home to Estonia. Treble 2.5 to 1.
Is that it?
It's wee treble. It's not bad. Yeah, I suppose. We'll see what Shell McGill adds. That's on our betting thing. Gav, just download Sky Bet and you can get added to this wicked group.
Get off that paddy power key.
I'm betting.
You'll get it back in fucking euros or something.
I'm bet 365.
There we go. Add.
which is probably
Do you like Dex?
which is probably Moss.
Yeah.
Unless you gentlemen have got anything else to add, which I know you do not. As always, the Beer Fridge podcast is brought to you by the Beer Fridge Network, beerfridgenetwork.com, and head over there to find out all the latest things of the Beer
Stuff.
Fridge Network stuff. Just stuff in general. You can send
Follow us on Instagram. We've snuck over the 500 follower mark on Instagram the last couple of days.
and we'll quite quickly go below it again.
Probably.
If you're interested, anybody that is listening to this is interested in my international cooking, I'm sure my social media manager will quite happily post it on Instagram for me tomorrow. Because I have no fucking responsibilities when it comes to social media for this.
Unbelievable.
Just
shows up, talks pish, goes home.
post absolute fire through WhatsApp message groups and walk away. Just drop the microphone and walk away.
And see you later.
Wait for my social media manager to pick it up.
Absolute
Which is
roaster.
usually him.
Absolute roaster.
And always, as always, this month anyway, Beerfish Network is partnering up with Beer Me Now, beermenow.co.uk. Head over there, use code BFN at the checkout, receive 50% off your beer subscription box. You can pick from a monthly, bi-monthly and a quarterly one, and at the checkout you can pop your comments in what you want, what you don't want, and the boys will hand select a selection of 8 beers and a snack for your pleasure. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Beer Fridge Podcast, Beer Fridge Network, Spotify, iTunes, everything like that. Like, share, thumbs up, 5 stars, drop a comment, even if you don't like us, drop a comment as well.
Totally.
Foley. And yes. Until next time, unless your other a-holes have got anything else to say.
No.
No, I didn't think so.
Yoda.
Cheery, bye.